Hello, my name is David, and today I'm going to be installing a set of high-performance Boca bearings inside my Saito FA 300T crankcase. For the most part, installing new bearings in glow engines is a very simple task and can be done with very common tools that most everybody has on hand. There's really no specialty tools required. So I'm going to show you just exactly how easy this process is. So let's get right to it. So here on the table are all the items I'm going to use to install this high-performance bearing set into my FA 300T crankcase. And the first thing I've got, obviously, is my crankcase here that's all cleaned up and ready to accept bearing installations. I've got my crankshaft, again, all cleaned up and ready. I've got a small container of oil just to lubricate the crankshaft and the areas where the bearings are going to be installed. It can be anything from 3-in-1 to ballistol, anything that's just going to be a nice little lubricant, assembly lubricant. I have just a piece of hardwood dowel, or this is actually a piece of wood trim that I got from Lowe's in Home Improvement, just to use to tap the bearing in. I've got a small ball peen hammer. I've also got a bench vise or a drill press vise just to hold the crankshaft or the crankcase in place and to provide a firm surface. And off camera here, it wouldn't fit in the frame, I also have a heat gun that I'm going to use to heat up the crankcase just to allow the aluminum to expand just enough to install these bearings. Now, the bearings that go inside of most aircraft glow engines are press fit bearings. There are very few that I've found that actually just drop right into place. So because they're press fit, certain tools like the wood, the hammer, and the heat gun are required to just enable the installation of the bearings in the crankcase. Now, the heat will enable me to heat this and thermally expand the aluminum just enough to facilitate the nice installation of the bearings. Now, the bearing set that I was provided here is the ENK 102HP for the Saito FA 300T, and it is a 3 bearing set. This engine does require 3 bearings. Most twin cylinder engines are gonna, Saito twin cylinder engines at least, are gonna require 3 bearings. Some other multi-cylinder engines from OS will have more bearings. Most all of your just single cylinder engines, especially Saito single cylinder engines, are only going to require 2 bearings, so it's really quite simple to do. So let me open up this package here and we'll take a look at these bearings that I've got. So the first one here is going to be the front bearing that's going to get installed here in the front of the crankshaft or the crankcase. This next one here is the mid-shaft bearing, which will get installed on the crankshaft here, and it will reside roughly right around here in the crankcase. So this is the area we'll be heating up and oiling up prior to installation there. This final bearing is the rear bearing, and it's really simple. I mean, it couldn't be any more simple. All I'm really going to do is just slide it onto the back of this. There's really nothing more to do with that at all. There's no pounding, there's no installation, it's just going to slide right on. Now that will interface with the rear cover once I get to the installation or the reassembly phase of this. But for now, all we're going to do is install these bearings. Now, the bearings came to me just like this. Now, sometimes it's difficult to know if the bearings you're replacing in an engine are the original ones from the factory or if the engine has already had bearings installed again. So in the engine, the bearings that I removed from this engine, the front bearing was shielded on both sides, which is what this one is provided, and I'm going to leave it just as it is. The mid bearing that came out of this engine was open on both, but this particular one has a front metal shield and then a plastic retainer. And I'm going to keep this just as it is. I'm not going to do any modifications to this bearing whatsoever. I'm not going to take the front shield off. It's been my experience that it's really not necessary to have open shields in these things because none of these bearings are hermetically or permanently sealed in this kit. And even if they were, they'd be permanently lubricated, so there's no reason to be removing any shields. Now this rear bearing, the rear bearing that came off the engine was completely open. on both sides. And again, I'm not going to remove the retainers or the shields on this bearing because I just don't believe that's necessary for my application at this time, because I honestly believe that there's going to be adequate lubrication as fuel and oil are flowing through this engine during its runtime. That's going to keep these things in better condition and properly lubricated. Plus, this is sort of an experiment too, because many times in the past when I'd replace engines, I would remove shields exactly as I'd seen them come out. And, you know, this is just an experiment. So that's what I'm going to do with these at this time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is just remove all these bearings from the packaging. And what I'm probably going to do is the bearings that I took out, I'm going to save those bags and put the old bearings in those bags, just so, because each of these bags has the part number of the bearing that was in here, so it'll be an easy reference for me should I ever need to replace the bearings in this particular engine or a customer's engine, Saito 300T or 270T, because they're the same bearings. So the first thing I'm going to do here is prep each of these bearings. It may not be necessary, but this is just something I do. I'm just going to put a little bit of lubrication just on the inside on the retainer here, just so that we can get a little bit of lube in here. Now these bearings feel perfect to begin with. They're just absolutely beautiful bearings. Just especially compared to what came out of the engine. This one's really not as necessary because it's got that open shield in the back, but just as a matter of course, this is just something I do. Now the oil that I'm using is actually ballistol. It's not as commonly available as 3-in-1 oil, but 3-in-1 oil I've used it many times before. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of oil right inside the bearing seating area and just kind of slather it around in there, just so that we have a little bit of lubrication in that area. And I'm going to do the same thing on the inside here where this mid bearing is going to reside. It's a little bit tougher to get in there, but I'm just going to put just a little bit of oil in there just to make sure there's a little bit of lubrication there, so that when these go on, they'll fit on there easier. And I'm going to do the same thing here, crankshaft, especially this area here, where the mid bearing is going to go, and of course this rear bearing. So that should be all we need to do there. Now, what I'm going to do here, just for the sake of doing it now, is I'm going to go ahead and just slide this mid bearing on here, and I'm going to do it with the plastic retainer facing the back and the shield facing the front, and you'll see how simple that installation is. So that bearing is installed on the crankshaft, and that's always how I like to install bearings inside these crankshaft. The inner bearing, I always like to put the bearing on the crankshaft itself, whether it's a multi-cylinder or a single-cylinder engine, and insert it that way. And 99% of the time, I always will put the front bearing on first. So I'm going to put this on the vise here and grab my UV glove and heat this engine up, or the crankcase up, just a little bit to help facilitate this bearing installation. So this is one tool I did not show, and it's a heat resistant glove. So anytime you're going to be heating up a crankcase, crankshaft, or anything at all, you really need to have protection to keep your hands from getting burned. It's not like I'm going to get this super red hot, but it is going to get rather warm, and warm enough that it will burn skin. And I'm just going to go around and just lightly heat this up. There's no set temperature that I use, but I typically like to heat it up until I just start to see a little wisp of smoke coming from the oil I put in there. Now you're only heating the aluminum crankcase. You do not heat the bearing itself. You want the bearing to be a lot cooler than the area that you're putting you're doing the installation for the bearing, or for the installation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to lightly lay this bearing in place here and eyeball this the best I can to make sure it's flat. And I'm going to put my piece of wood on here and just tap that bearing in place. It's not even all that warm because this is a large crankshaft or crankcase. And as you can see, that bearing is installed completely right now. So since that didn't take, it seemed like there's a lot of mass here. There's a lot of mass in this crankshaft or crankcase. So it didn't really heat up as much as I thought it was going to. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put a little bit of lubrication on the outside of this bearing, this mid bearing, because that's the one we're going to install next. And I'm going to adjust my vise such that it'll sit nose down here and hold it stable while I insert this last crankshaft, while I insert this last bearing. So now this one, I'm going to really have to heat this up quite a bit to facilitate this. So all I'm going to do here is heat this up, drop this crankshaft in place like that, and then we'll just tap it into place. In fact, it looks like I'm not even going to need to do that. Either I heated this up just enough, because it looks like this bearing is fully seated right now. Now, just for the heck of it, I'll put a little tap on it just to make sure, but that looks like that's fully seated right now. So that's pretty unbelievable. That's seldom happens, but sometimes it does. So as far as the rear bearing installation, there you go. See how easily that one slid in place? So right now, all three bearings are installed in this Saito FA 300T crankcase, and you couldn't get any more easy installation than that. So there you go. That is the installation for the high performance Boca bearings for my Saito engine.